Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz, where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
This is Ben, I'm Alan, and we're housemates from North London.
Couple number two.
Hello, my name's Jo. This is my partner Andy, and we're from Chatham in Kent.
Couple number three.
I'm Peter. This is my wife Jo. We're from Crawley in West Sussex.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Simon. This is my wife Katie, and we're from Cheshire.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Here to generate more stress than moving house, getting married and starting a new job all on the same day. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Are you well?
Ah, mustn't grumble.
Excellent. Welcome on the first two podiums. New pairs, lovely to have you here. Peter and Jo, here for your final show. They've been knocked out in round two both times, but in very competitive round twos, both of them, haven't they? So they could go much further. And talking of going further, Katie and Simon, welcome back. Got through to that head-to-head last time where they met the steamroller that was John and Sophie. But some good players here on podiums 3 and 4. And let's find out on podiums 1 and 2. Who knows? They might be amazing.
They might be. I
Might
think
not
they
be.
will be.
They look good.
They look
pretty
good.
clever.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
listen,
so.
don't make us look fools, but at the moment, they seem to have what it takes.
I'd say. Oh, the steamroller that was John and Sophie. Well, they went through to the final. They didn't win the jackpot, though. No. So we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Remember, the pair with the highest score always gets eliminated at the end of each round. So keep your scores low and everything will be great. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category this afternoon is classic albums. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns artists who recorded the greatest albums of all time. Richard.
Yeah, Rolling Stone magazine regularly updates its 500 greatest albums of all time, and they did an update in 2020. You're going to see 16 faces on the board here of people who have albums on that chart. So 16 people who've recorded one of the 500 greatest albums of all time.
Thank you very much indeed. So we're going to put these 16 photographs up on the board. That will stay for the whole round. We won't be changing that halfway through. You just have to shout out any artist you see on that board. OK, here comes the image. OK, there we are. A board of 16 artists. I'll just give you a moment or two just to digest all those faces. There we are. Alan, welcome to Point. It's good to have you here.
Hello, thank you.
Tell us all about yourself, Alan.
So I work as a project manager at the Science Museum.
How much fun is that?
It's fun. It's managing, like, construction projects and logistical projects in there. So getting big things in, getting big things out.
That's exciting. When a sort of visiting exhibition comes in or something like that, or...
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. So, yeah, good fun. Good place to procrastinate, too.
Of course it is. It's huge.
If you don't tell my boss, I just said that on telly.
Well, no. Your boss is busy watching... is busy running the Science Museum. Anyway, now, Alan, what are you going to go for?
See, both music and faces are two of my weaker subjects.
Oh, faces.
Yeah. But I think I'll go for... Is it him? I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go for Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen. OK,
Bruce Springsteen says, Alan, let's see how many of our 100 people said Bruce Springsteen. Not bad. 21 for Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, he's got 5 albums on that list, Bruce Springsteen. In 2020, he had his 12th UK #1 album, Letter to You, which is a very, very good album. I don't think he needs a return to form particularly, but if he did, that's really a classic Springsteen album.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now, Andy, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Andy.
Well, I'm Andy, I'm 56, from Kent, and I've worked all my life in the city, really, as a financial analyst, doing futures and options, that kind of thing, you know?
I wish I could say I do know. I don't really. But, yeah, listen, in the city, futures, options, trading, very exciting if that's what you know about.
Yeah, my part of it is not quite as exciting.
OK, now, Andy, what are you going to go for?
Well, there's... I think I know every face apart from one. I'm going to go for Carole King.
Carol King says, Andy, let's see how many of our 100 people said Carol King. Carol King is absolutely right. Well, 21 is the only score we have at the moment. And you pass it? That's a great answer, Andy. Very well done indeed. Down to 2 for Carol King.
Very well played, Andy. Yeah, Tapestry, number 25 on that list. But she's a brilliant songwriter.
Yeah. And yes, we will still love you tomorrow.
Yes, we will do.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, Joe. Joe B,
Hi.
in fact, I have to say.
Joe B, yes.
Yeah, listen, you're back for your 3rd and final time.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's all
Yes,
got to
I
go
know.
well. We've got to get you beyond round 2.
Well, hopefully it's all or nothing, but nothing would be good.
No, not nothing. All, Joe. We're going all.
Yes.
Tell us more about yourself, Joe.
I'm a bookkeeper with a freight forwarder.
What is a freight forwarder?
Well,
Is it a perfectly straightforward?
It is. It's distribution, and if you want something delivered up country, so
Up country.
because I'm based in Crawley, you want it up to Scotland, we'll do it for you. If you want it shipped overseas, we'll do it for you, or taken by air anywhere in the world.
So you're sort of an agency for freight, basically.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, so it's quite good.
Joe, who are you going to go for on our board?
Okay, I know a few of them on the board, but I think I'm going to go with Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Alanis Morissette, absolutely right. 21 still the high score, 2 still the low. 26 is where you end up with Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, entered the UK chart for the first time at number 76, Jagged Little Pill, the album that's on this chart, and took 8 months to reach number 1, but eventually did and sold countless millions. Very biblical names now on Podium 3, Peter and Job.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Katie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us more about yourself, Katie.
I like to travel a lot. We like to ski. We like taking the kids to places. We've been skiing in Canada. We've been skiing in the USA.
Skiing is quite a big part of your life.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Do you go off-piste? Are you sort of mad, adventurous
if
skiers?
you go to the States and Canada, most of it is sort of off-piste, so it's great fun.
Right.
So you can ski through forests and
So
you
you take a guide with you, do you? Is that how it's
they just sort of, it's like a big bowl and you just get down to the bottom and then catch the lift up and you however you can.
Oh, that sounds fun. Now, Katie, who are you going to go for on our board?
Well, my answer was just taken, so I'm going to go for Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. Let us see how many of our 100 people said Paul Simon. Paul Simon is right. 26 now our high score. And you pass it. Down it goes to 18. Not bad at all. 18 for Paul Simon.
Very well played. Yeah, Graceland currently is number 46 on the list of Rolling Stone's 500 best albums. At the end of the round, I'll tell you their 5 greatest albums of all time as well.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 2, Andy. Very well done indeed. That is our best score so far. Then we travel up to 18, which is where we find Katie and Simon. Then up to 21, where we find Alan and Ben. And then up to 26, where we find Job and Peter. But yeah, you're not that far ahead. Peter, I reckon you might have a good low answer on that board. Let's hope. And that will be good enough to keep you in the game. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, now, Simon, tell us more about yourself.
I work for a recruitment business. We're very active. I like football, so I'm a big West Brom fan. I've made my son Jimmy support West Brom, so he's...
Made him... Jimmy's now what?
He's 15. So
15, so he's now committed.
We just said we'd let him sleep in the shed if he decided to support
think
any of the bigger teams.
Once the tattoo has healed, I think. That's once you're in, isn't it? Yeah. OK, now, Simon, you are on 18. Remember, we are looking for any of these artists. They've all been associated with some of the greatest albums of all time. What are you going to go for?
It's getting a bit tough. I'm going to go for Prince.
Prince, says Simon. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Prince. There is a red line. There it is. Prince is right. Yes, I feared that might be the case with Prince. 96 is your total.
Yeah, Purple Rain, actually number 8 on that list. One of the top 10 albums of all time, according to Rolling Stone.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Peter. Ooh, a door has just opened. Into round 2. Tell us more about yourself, Peter.
Yeah, I'm a driving instructor, follow Crawley Town. It's funny he's mentioned about sheds. I've converted a shed in our garden into a little man cave. So it's got loads of Crawley memorabilia from over the years. Signed shirts, footballs, canvas prints.
I've got a few Crawley things in my shed as well. But,
And creepy things too, yeah. Now, you're on 26, which means 69 or less gets you through. Who are you going to go for?
Okay, the one I did want has already gone, so which was Paul Simon. Recognise a few faces up there. It's who's going to be the lowest of the faces. Let's try Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse says, Peter, here is your red line. Can we get you below that with Amy Winehouse? Let's find out. That's right. 82, big name, very recognisable face as well. 108 is your total.
yeah, it's a big old scorer, isn't it? Back to Black is on that list at number 33. That spent over 400 weeks in the UK top 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowie, thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Joe H., welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Joe.
I'm a counsellor, predominantly in the area of grief and bereavement. And I live at home with Andy and our 2 children, Oliver and Eva.
Oliver and Eva, hello. Joe, here's good news for you. You are through to round 2, no matter what. What are you going to go for on our board here?
I'm so relieved to see that I actually recognise quite a few and that my answer's still on there. So I'm going to take Lauren Hill, if I could, please.
Lauren Hill, says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Lauren Hill. No red line, you're already through. Very well done indeed. 10 for Lauren Hill. Our 2 lowest individual scores on that podium there. 12 is your total.
Very well done. Yeah, 10 points, and very neatly, it's the 10th best album of all time, according to Rolling Stone, The Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Ben.
Hello.
Welcome to Point. It's good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Ben.
I run my family's business, which is food store and cafe.
A food store and cafe. I love the sound of it, by the way. Sounds fantastic. 21 is your score at the moment. You have to score 86 or less.
Okay.
Do you feel like talking us through the board?
I can try. Top left is Kanye West. Then you've got Aretha Franklin. I'm not sure who that is next to her. Maybe Kate Bush, but I won't go for that. Beyonce Knowles, John Lennon, bottom left David Bowie, and bottom right Marvin Gaye. It's just what's going to be lowest. I think Kanye West.
Kanye West?
Yeah.
OK, there he is, Kanye West, top left. Let's see if that is right. Let's see if it's good enough to get you below that red line. Right, it is. Good enough, it is. Down it goes to 48. Not bad at all. Takes your total up to 69.
Well played, Ben. Yeah, 6 albums on that list. That's the thing about Kanye, for all of his public pronouncements and difficulties, just unbelievably brilliant.
Yeah.
There it is. What can you do? Now, let's take a look through the rest of these and give you the scores. I'll let you give the answers as well. I know we've heard a lot of them already, but...
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin would have scored you 26.
Kate Bush.
That is Kate Bush, yep. She would have scored you 36.
Beyonce.
Beyonce would have scored 54.
Now that I am going to guess.
It's the next best answer after... Actually, there's no pointless answers at all, so Carole King is the best answer up there, Andy.
I don't know what she looks like, but I guess I would put good money on that being exactly what Joni Mitchell looks like.
It is exactly what she looks like, yeah, well done. And Joni Mitchell would have scored you 6.
John Lennon.
There's John Lennon. He would have scored you 77, less than Amy Winehouse, who's actually the biggest scorer up there, unbelievably. Then...
David Bowie.
David Bowie also scores less than Amy Winehouse. He would have scored you 75.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan would have scored you 30.
And Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye would have scored you 15. Now, someone on that board did the best album of all time, according to Rolling Stone. I'll give you the top 5. Number 5, The Beatles, Abbey Road.
Not going to argue.
Fair enough. And number 4, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
Ah,
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Number 3, Joni Mitchell with Blue.
Lovely.
Number 2, The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
Which I think there's a lot of truth in. Number 1, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, best album of all time.
Fair enough. Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, we have to say goodbye to a pair. That pair, Peter and Joe. Listen, it wasn't round 2, but I'm afraid it's the wrong direction. I'm sorry. We have to say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Peter and Joe B. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. Down to 3 pairs. Well done, everybody. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is alphanumeric terms. Can you all decide on your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns things with letters and numbers in their names.
Yeah, exactly that. We're going to show you 6 clues on each board, and the answers to them will all have letters and numbers in them. So there'll be 6 on the way up, 6 on the way down, 12 in all to have a go at home. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our first board of clues, and here they are. Tax certificate given in the UK to an employee when they leave a job. Jessica Hines won a BAFTA for her role in this spin-off series of 2012. The chemical formula for water, alphanumeric name for the millennium bug, and more generally for the year 2000. British Security Service based at Thames House on Millbank, which is primarily responsible for internal security. And the model of Aston Martin that made its first appearance in the James Bond films in the 1964 film Goldfinger. There we are. So, Ben.
Right. I think I know a few of them.
Well, a few's good.
I don't know how low scoring they will be, but I think I will go for the top one, which is the P45.
P45, says Ben. Let's see how many of our 100 people said P45. P45 is absolutely right. Down it goes to 28. Good start to the round.
Yeah, nicely done. We also use it as a term for being fired as well, of course, being given you a P45. And in America, it's called a pink slip.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now then, Joe.
I'm feeling a lot less confident with this round. I know a couple of them. I don't think either of them are going to be particularly low scoring. So I'm going to go for the best one, I think, and go for Y2K, please.
Y2K for the millennium bug. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Y2K. Well, it's right. 28 is the only score we have at the moment. Yeah, look at it, beats 28. Down it goes to 10. Very well done indeed, Joe.
Yes, it was supposed to be a terrible disaster. It wasn't in the end.
Yeah.
But by and large, because lots of people put in a huge amount of work to make sure it wasn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So people were saying, oh, it's going to be awful. And then when it wasn't, they were going, what was the fuss all about? And you want to go, well, the fuss was all about all those software engineers spending 2 years making sure nothing went wrong.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Katie. Katie, this board is all yours. Do you feel like talking us through it?
I wish I could. I've no idea about the Jessica Hines one. The chemical formula for water is H2O. And the British Security Service, I think, is MI5. And I don't know the model of the Aston Martin that made its first appearance, but I wish I did. So I'm going to go for MI5.
MI5, says Katie, for the British Security Service. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said MI5. It is MI5. Very well done. Down it goes to 23. Not bad at all.
Yeah, MI5 Security Service, and they make flat pack furniture as well. Now, shall we take a look through the rest of these? Do you know the Jessica Hines one?
W1A.
W1A, yeah, exactly. Would have scored 2 points. Very, very good answer. The chemical formula for water, you're quite right, is H2O. And would have scored you 50. Do you know this one?
Well, I think it's a DB4.
It's a DB something, because I thought it was a DB8.
Oh, it's not DB. It's DB5.
DB5 is the answer, yeah, absolutely. DB standing for David Brown, the man who bought Aston Martin. 4 points for that. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 10. Joe, look at that. Nothing to worry about. Best score of the past. Very well done indeed. Then up to 23, where we find Katie and Simon. Then up to 28, where we find Ben and Alan. So, Alan, you happen to be ahead nominally, but, you know, not much in it. Lovely low score from you. Sorts that all out in a jiffy. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 6 more clues to alphanumeric answers up on the board, and here they are. We have got the robot dog from Doctor Who that was given a self-titled spin-off series in 2009. An engine with 2 banks of 4 cylinders with the 2 banks at an angle to each other. A common standard European size of paper measuring 297 millimetres by 210 millimetres. Rap group fronted by Eminem, who had a hit in 2004 with My Band. London's orbital motorway, which was completed in 1986. And the mountain in the Karakoram range, which is the world's 2nd highest peak. There we are. Simon? What would you like to go for?
I'll go for the top one, which is K9.
K9, says Simon. Let's see how many of our 100 people said K9. There is your red line. K9 is right. Danny goes for 35, taking your total up to 58.
Yeah, he once took part in a weakest link special, like a Doctor Who weakest link special, and was voted out in round 1.
We've had K9 on this show, of course.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
Very charming fella.
Yes, very charming.
Sat there between the two of us, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you indeed. Andy, you're on 10. 47 or less is your target.
Oh, well, I know all apart from one. Just trying to work out which one would be best. I'm going to go with an engine with 2 banks of 4 cylinders, and that's V8.
V8, says Andy. Let's see how many of our 100 said V8. There is your red line. V8 is right. You are through to the head-to-head, Andy. And down that goes to 11 once again. Brilliant low scoring from the middle. Podium, 21 is your total.
Well played, Andy. Yeah, 8 cylinders in a V shape. You see them in American muscle cars and all sorts of things a lot.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Alan, that board's all yours. Do you feel like talking us through it?
I think so. I think the paper that's probably A4. I think the wrap group is D12. The motorway is M25. I think the mountain might be K2. I think I'll go for the wrap group as D12.
D12. OK, 29 is what you want to score. There is your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said D12. D12 is right. And it gets you through. Very well done indeed, Alan. Down it goes to 12. Very well done. That takes your total up to a lovely round 40.
Well played, yeah. It stands for the dirty dozen, although there were not a dozen of them. And actually, those last 2 answers we had were the best 2 answers on the board. So well played. We'll fill in the rest, though. Yeah, listen, it's A something, that paper, isn't it?
A4, surely.
It is A4, yeah, absolutely. Would have scored 32. It is the M25. And that would have scored you 28. And you're quite right, it was K2, that bottom one. And K2 would have scored you 19.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of the second round. It means we have to say goodbye to another pair, Katie and Simon. I'm afraid with your high score of 58, that is where we say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for playing. We'll see you again next time for your third and final attempt at the summit of Pointless. But we'll look forward to that. Meantime, thank you so much for playing, Simon and Katie. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Joe and Andy, Alan and Ben. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't boost that jackpot by finding a couple of pointless answers. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many islands in the Florida Keys as they could. Richard?
Yeah, 6 options to choose from. 4 of them are real Florida Keys, 2 of which score points, 2 of which are pointless. 2 of them, we made up £250 to the jackpot for each one you do.
Thank you very much. OK, so here we are, 6 keys. Can you find the pointless ones? Here we have got Butler Key, Molasses Key, Fiesta Key, Dimple Key, Sunset Key, No Name Key. There we are. Feel free to chat as a 4 in case anyone has any information
Do you know
to
any
impart.
keys at all? I don't know any keys.
Do you know, I always said if we got to this point, pick something that we'd never heard of, but I haven't heard of any of them. Any of them.
I'm saying that Fiesta Key. It sounds like a red herring to me.
Oh, okay.
As in the key to Fiesta.
Oh, key to Fiesta.
Yeah.
Shape of it.
Yeah. Florida like sunny stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Sunset Key. I don't think it'd be a pointless one.
I don't know if there'll be a...
We go Butler.
Okay, I trust you. I trust you.
Okay, we'll go Butler Key.
You're going to go Butler Key. Let's see, is Butler Key a pointless Florida key?
No.
No. Now, Alan and Ben, what are you going to go for?
You like Dimple, don't
I
you?
think we like the look of Dimple Key.
Dimple Key.
No
Yeah.
rationale to it.
No, I like the sound of Dimple Key. Let's see, is Dimple Key right? Is it a pointless answer? Oh, no, you managed to fight. You truffled out the 2 incorrect keys. So well done. That's no mean feat.
There's a David Dimple Key, isn't there? But yeah, Dimple Key is a type of key. And there is a Butler's Wharf in London. Yeah, not a Butler Quay. So there's 2 pointless answers out there. So all of those are keys. You're quite right in thinking that Sunset would have scored you a few points. It does. It scores you 4. Why don't you tell us what you think the 2 pointless answers are?
Let's go for, I think, No Name Key, just because you'd
Sounds
really,
right, yeah.
it'd stick in your mind.
That's absolutely right. That is a pointless answer. And the other one?
Let's go for Molasses Key.
Let's
just
take a look.
because-
Is Molasses Key a pointless answer? Well
Oh.
done. How about that? You should be playing this.
I should be playing this.
All you need is for the contestants to get rid of the 2 wrong answers,
Two wrong,
and
and
you
there we
are
are. I'm in.
amazing.
Absolutely.
And Fiesta Key scored 1. Well done if you said No Name and Molasses at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, bad luck, we weren't able to find any pointless answers, but it doesn't matter that much. We can quickly forget about that. Let's play their head-to-head. The first player to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer, which is nice. Best of luck to both pairs. Our first question this afternoon is all about film actors not acting their age. Richard.
Yeah, 5 pictures from films now, all of which feature an actor playing someone considerably younger than they were in real life. Can you give us the most obscure actor, please?
Thank you very much indeed. This is going to be interesting. Let's have a look at our actors playing parts considerably younger than themselves. We've got A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 actors not acting their ages. Joe and Andy, you are our golden couple, so you get to go first.
I do know it, but I've forgotten her name.
Okay.
No,
We'll go for B, Sidney Poitier.
OK, Sidney Poitier say Joe and Andy. Now, Alan and Ben, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Oh, not really. I think we only know 1.
Is that not Kevin and Perry? That's Harry Enfield. I think, well, we know DiCaprio's the C, but I think that would be high. If he's Harry Enfield, I think that's a better shout.
Okay, let's go for it.
Then we've got nothing for A or D, do we? Let's go for that then. Harry Enfield for E.
E, Harry Enfield. OK, so we have Sidney Poitier and Harry Enfield. B, Sidney Poitier, say Joe and Andy. Let's see how many of our 100 said Sidney Poitier. It is Sidney Poitier. Very well done. Down goes to 18. Meanwhile, Alan and Ben have gone for Harry Enfield for E. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said it. No, not Harry Enfield. Very well done indeed. Joe and Andy, after 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Yes, Sidney Poitier, 28 years old, playing a high school student there. And E, I do hope that Harry Enfield and this lady are watching, so I would love to know that
I
too.
hope Kathy Burke is
Kathy
watching.
Burke, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're right, it is Kevin and Perry, and that was Kathy Burke and Harry Enfield, but this one is Kathy Burke. 35 at the time, playing a teenager. 19 points for Kathy Burke. Now, A?
Barbara Streisand.
It is Barbara Streisand. I thought briefly it was Julia Roberts in Mary Riley,
yeah.
but it's Barbara Streisand. She was
Yentl.
41, playing someone in her 20s there in Yentl. Would have scored you 35. C, quite right, is Leo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. He was 28, playing a late teenager. Would have scored 60. And the best answer on the board, 26, when she played 16-year-old Gabourey Sidibe. Very well done if you said that was a pointless answer. Great work.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, here comes your second question, Alan and Ben. You get to answer it first, but you have to win this one to stay in the game, so best of luck. Our second question this afternoon is all about fossils and paleontology. Richard.
Yep, simply 5 clues to things to do with fossils and paleontology.
Excellent. Let's reveal the 5 clues. Here they come. Geological period after which a 95-mile coastline in Dorset and East Devon is named due to its abundance of fossils. Province of Canada, in which the Dinosaur Provincial Park UNESCO World Heritage Site is found. Name of the paleontologist played by David Schwimmer in the TV series Friends. Transparent fossilized tree resin, often used to make jewellery, which sometimes contains insects. And the nickname of the Diplodocus skeleton cast, which was on display in the Natural History Museum's Hintzer Hall until 2017. There we are. OK, Alan and Ben, over to you.
I know. Transparent tree resin. What's that? I don't know. I think the bottom one's will work next door to it. Do you reckon? That's a better answer than Ross. Yeah. I think it'll be lower scorer.
Okay.
I will go for the top one, the Jurassic.
The Jurassic Coast, say Alan and Ben. Jurassic. OK, Joe and Andy, can you talk us through the rest of that board?
We could.
We
We'd
can't.
have to make a couple up.
OK,
I don't think we can beat that.
No, we only know the two more obvious ones. We'll go for the tree resin, which is amber.
Amber. OK, so we have Jurassic versus Amber. Alan and Ben said Jurassic. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jurassic for the coastline in Dorset and Devon. Jurassic is absolutely right. Down that goes to 32. 32. Meanwhile, Joe and Andy have gone for Amber, the transparent fossilised tree resin. How many of our 100 said that? Amber is right. 32 is what it's got to be. Oh, that couldn't be closer. I mean, literally, it couldn't be closer. 33, well done, Alan and Ben, by the skin of your teeth. You won that back. You are back in the game after 2 questions. It's 1-1.
Very nicely played, gents. The biggest scorer up there is the Friends one.
Ross Geller.
Ross Geller, yep, would have scored you 41. The one at the bottom, we've talked about this before, the Diplodocus in the Natural History Museum.
It's got something quite a bit, I can't remember. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? It's got a...
Dippy.
Oh, Dippy, of course it is, yeah. There you go, yeah.
That would have scored you 7. This next one, listen, unless you know it, it's a guess. It's a Canadian province. It's Alberta. Very well done if you said that at home. 1 point if you did.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, that's exciting. Well done, everyone. Comes down to this, the third and final deciding question. Whoever wins this goes through to the final place for the jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about Jewish holidays. Richard.
Yep, I'm going to show you the names now of 5 Jewish holidays, but we've missed out alternate letters from each word. Can you give us the most obscure, please? These are the spellings taken from the Oxford English Dictionary.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Jewish holidays, and here they are. We have got YMKPU, RSHSAA, HNKA, PRM, and SMHTTRH. There we are. Joe and Andy will go first.
I know 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2.
We'll go 2 then.
Rosh Hashanah. I think.
Do we go?
It's a bit of a risk. I'm going to go for Rosh Hashanah. Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah, say Joe and Andy. Alan and Ben, do you want to talk us through the rest?
Yeah. Top one is Yom Kippur. Third one down is Hanukkah. We're not sure on the bottom one, so we'll go for the fourth.
Fourth one, yeah.
Okay.
We'll go Purim. Purim for the fourth.
Purim. OK, so we have Rosh Hashanah versus Purim. Joe and Andy have gone for Rosh Hashanah. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Rosh Hashanah is right. And down it goes to 11. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Alan and Ben have gone for Purim. Let us see how many of our 100 people said Purim. Purim is right. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, it wins! Look at that, down it goes to 7. Fantastic. Well done, Alan and Ben. After 3 questions, you are through to the final, 2-1.
What a great head-to-head. Well played, everybody. Terrific work, gents, there as well. At the end, there is an answer that would have beaten both of those. It's not the ones we've had. Yom Kippur would have scored you 39, and Hanukkah would have scored you 75, but this is the best answer on the board. Do you know this one at all?
I don't know.
It's a Samchat Torah. Samchat Torah, and it was a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Joe and Andy. I mean, you've been unstoppable till this point. We've had low score after low score from you, and then you came up against Alan and Ben in the third and deciding question of a head-to-head, a bruising head-to-head, I might say. It all bodes very well for the next time we see you. But meantime, thank you very much indeed for playing. We'll see you soon, Joe and Andy. But for Alan and Ben, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Alan and Ben. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. So very, very well done indeed for that. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. Well, very well done indeed. You whipped that out from under their noses there. But very well done. Purim won it for you. And here you are. With a chance to win that jackpot. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
We like geography, don't we?
Yeah, geography would be good. Sport would be good. Football for me.
Yeah, maybe cricket
Yeah.
would be nice. What else? That's about all we got, isn't it, really?
We're just happy to be at this stage. So we'll take whatever comes at us.
All right, very well said. Well, let's see. 4 things, as ever, will come up. We just got to hope there's something you might have a bit of fun with. We've got the titles of spy novels, the 2020 Tour de France, Cornish art and entertainment, and Ella Fitzgerald and the Great American Songwriters. What do we think?
I know one spy novel. Tour de France. I don't know. I could probably guess some well-known cyclists. Cornish art and entertainment. We know about the Jurassic Coast. That's down there. Is that even in Cornwall?
No, but
Okay,
still.
all right, so Ella Fitzgerald and the Great American Songwriters.
Personally,
Yeah.
I'd like the bottom one.
Yeah, I'd back you on it.
I don't have high hopes, but there
Yeah,
might
but
be
I mean,
something.
we came for the trophy anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's go
Yeah,
for
we'll
it. Let's
give
do it.
Ella Fitzgerald a try.
OK, and the Great American Songwriters. There we go.
OK, we're looking for any song recorded by Ella Fitzgerald on any of the following albums, please. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Cole Porter Songbook, it's a 2-CD set. Sings the Irving Berlin Songbook, also a 2-CD set. Or the Rodgers and Hart Songbook. Again, so any songs that Ella Fitzgerald sang on any of these albums, please. Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, or Rodgers and Hart. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
As we'll ever
Let's
be.
put 60 seconds up on the board. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right. The
no
only,
idea.
the only Ella Fitzgerald song I know is I'd rather go blind. Is that it?
Yeah, that's not going to be.
It's not gonna be pointless, is it?
No.
So we either make up song titles,
I think make up song titles. You're American, generalised American.
American Baby, something about baby,
Cities.
Los Angeles Baby.
No.
Okay.
I think we're better more general ones like, I don't know, Massachusetts. No, that's a Bee Gees song. I have no idea.
Chicago. Where's she from?
I don't know.
Okay.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. We should have done Cornish art, shouldn't we?
You might call one Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Mardi Gras. I like that. Sweet Louisiana.
Sweet Louisiana. I like some of that.
And
Big Steak.
10 seconds left.
Moonlight in Vermont.
Alabama. Moonlight in Vermont. Okay. I don't know if she would have gone to. Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
OK, well, this is fun.
Yeah,
We've written some songs.
we have.
OK, your time is now up. Let's have your 3 answers.
Okay. Songs from the Irving Berlin Songbook.
Yep.
I reckon. What did we say? Louisiana Baby.
Louisiana Baby.
Yeah. Songs from the Rodgers and Hart Songbook. We'll
Mardi
have
Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
And Moonlight in Vermont, but I don't know which one. We'll go for Cole Porter.
OK, Moonlight in Vermont for Cole Porter. Of those 3, pick one to be our big finale. Which is the
Moonlight
best?
in Vermont.
Moonlight in
maybe.
Vermont goes last.
you imagine?
OK, least likely to be pointless.
I can't remember the one.
Louisiana Baby.
Louisiana Baby, yeah.
And we put the other one,
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Of course, Mardi Gras. I'm going to be singing that all night now. That goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Louisiana Baby, Mardi Gras, and the wonderful, unforgettable Moonlight in Vermont. Well, I have to ask, if one of these turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot, in an infinite number of shows, one of these answers surely will win the jackpot. What would you like to do with the money, 2,000 quid? Alan, I'm going to ask you first.
So my grandma's a really big fan of the show. So I would have got her a nice gift, I think.
Oh,
with
that's
it,
nice.
Which is easy to say now I know I'm not going to win the money, I guess. But
What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Hello, Phyllis.
Yeah,
Do you know what? My grandma was called Phyllis, and my wife's grandmother was called Phyllis as well.
No way.
yeah,
What if
no,
it's
no.
the same person?
Maybe we're cousins. Yeah. OK, so something lovely for Phyllis.
Yes.
Ben,
I think I'd buy all of these great works and give them a proper listen.
I think you should. I think you should. Give them the airplay they deserve. Lying in relative anonymity as they are. OK, your first answer was Louisiana Baby. In this case, we were looking for songs from the Irving Berlin songbook. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Well, let's see if it's right first. Let's just do that for now. It would win you 2,000 quid if it's pointless. No. Louisiana Baby, let's move on. Mardi Gras, we're now looking at songs from the Rodgers and Hart songbook. Mardi Gras, is it there? No, I'm afraid it is not. Moonlight in Vermont, though, from the Cole Porter songbook. If this were right and pointless, would send you back with £2,000 in your back pockets. Let's see if it's right. Let's see if it's pointless. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm afraid there we are. I mean, no great surprises there. That was a really tough round. It's always really tough when, when you've just got to work with nothing, basically. But you came up with 3 good answers. Well, 3 answers. I'm afraid you didn't win the jackpot, so therefore that will be going on tomorrow. But you do win today's Pointless Trophy, so very, very well done for that.
Absolutely, and Moonlight in Vermont is a real song. She did record a version of Moonlight in Vermont, but not by any of those 3. So that's really, really unlucky. Let's take you through the pointless answers, shall we? In the different categories, we'll start with Cole Porter, some very famous songs here. Every Time We Say Goodbye is a pointless answer. I get a kick out of you. It's the Lovely, You're the Top. Don't Fence Me In is a pointless answer. Miss Otis Regrets, You Do Something to Me. The ones that score points there, Anything Goes, I Got You Under My Skin, Let's Do It, Let's Fall in Love, and Night and Day. Those are the ones that score points. Now, Irving Berlin. Always is a pointless answer. Cheek to Cheek. Heatwave, Putting on the Ritz is a pointless answer there as well. For everything, a pointless answer apart from Let's Face the Music and Dance. And finally, Rodgers and Hart. Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered. Blue Moon, a pointless answer. Have You Met Miss Jones? My Funny Valentine. The Lady is a Tramp is a pointless answer. Isn't it romantic? Little Girl Blue was the only answer there that wasn't a pointless answer. Very well done. If you got any of those at home, particularly Phyllis, if you got any of them.
I bet Phyllis got tons of those.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Alan and Ben. I'm sorry you didn't win the jackpot today. It'll therefore roll over onto the next show, as I say, when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye, Phyllis.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.